I've been out of commission for a while, but when Mode calls you with an opportunity to review their latest keyboard, you answer the call. You could say this board is an Envoy with a 60% HHKB layout in terms of the clean aesthetic, mounting style, design philosophy, and similar to the Envoy is the ease of building the board. Congratulations, you did it! But is this board perfect? Here's a big, major, deal-breaking critique that must be said. The footsies are loose, and they fall out. At least with my version, the feet don't really stay in, and sometimes I lose them. I'm gonna get some adhesive and get them in there for good. The other rubber feet, this is amazing. I love the way this is designed. If you couldn't tell my sarcasm from earlier, this isn't a deal breaker or anything, but something to note. Once the internals and case are put together, you just slide it into the case to land onto the gaskets. You don't even need to screw this thing in. The screws are literally only there so it doesn't like fall out of your backpack or something. The gaskets are larger and flexible than the ones on the Envoy. This creates a great bit of flex, though it's a full board flex instead of individual sections or rows. There's a ton of flex at the spacebar, likely because there's only 2 gaskets on that side of the case. When I first built this board, I only used plate foam. I used the switches and keycaps that Mode sent me. I think the Tomorrow switches feel awesome. They are factory lubed, have a longer, more rounded bump. Solid choice. I also wanted to talk about the Mode keycaps. Now this is a blend of ABS and PBT, and I would say generally I've found that it's a slightly more high-pitched tone than a GMK set, but I honestly really like the larger sized alphas. All the legends are really crisp, and you can kind of just tell that these are really good quality. I also thought the kitting was really good, and they're a really good deal. I think they're around $80, highly recommend. But the original config with barely any foam wasn't really fitting my tastes in keyboards. I think part of this is because of the higher pitched Tomorrows, but also the metal case in combination with the carbon fiber plate. Yeah, the carbon fiber plate is unsurprisingly high-pitched. I knew what I was getting into, but it can bring a nice bright tone out of the board. Keep that in mind. If you want a thockier experience, you might want to go with something like polycarbonate or FR4. My final configuration ended up being all of the foams, including PCB foam. Yeah, it's kind of growing on me again. Mode Obscura keycaps, and of course, coley switches. Real quick, we did a round 2 of the coleys because you guys liked them so much, so if you want some, links are in the description. So with more foams and linear switches, I think the build sound and feel better represented my current tastes. This board kind of has it all, and because of the HHKB 60% layout, it's a great small size. About the layout, all I'm gonna say is, you'll know if you like this or not. Only the individual knows what their layout needs are. So if you think you can learn to be just as efficient with using layers for things like arrow keys, then try this bad boy out. The big plus of this layout is that it's got beautiful symmetry and the board is a nice, lovely, tiny size. So it doesn't take up a lot of space on your desk. I wasn't expecting to like this layout, but with some remapping and practice, I found myself able to perform well in software like After Effects, which rely heavily on multi-key commands. Now, of course, this board is remappable with VIA. Anytime a board uses VIA, I'm a happy camper. Here's some like unscripted thoughts about the board. The finish is phenomenal. It's got this like really smooth touch that none of my other aluminum boards have managed to get like this nice of a feel. The accent on my board is amazing. It's this gorgeous chrome, and I really like that you can see it from just looking down at your keyboard versus some of the other Mode boards. The accent is only on the back and you can barely see it. If you're spending more money on these accents, like it's nice to actually be able to see it. This board came with a fantastic carrying case and also the screwdriver that is magnetic and has different fittings. That is so nice. And also, like, if this is your first keyboard, it's so nice to have all the little tools that they give you. You don't have to go and seek out those individually. They come with the board, which I think is phenomenal. So if this is anyone's like first keyboard, it's kind of got everything that you need. The Mode Tempo's estimated fulfillment date is December of 2023. If you're into it, this is a really solid board. And if you want to support me, I have an affiliate link in the description. Before I wrap up the video, I did real quick want to give everybody an update on where I've been the last 10 months. A lot of personal life things happened, and the time that I was typically spending on YouTube videos was kind of being taken somewhere else. Another thing that happened was I kind of got burnt out from making keyboard videos. I started to feel like I was kind of just a product description for boards in video format. As much as I tried to bring like creative ideas to that review format, I kind of found myself getting burnt out and not really enjoying a lot of the stuff that I was creating. So I think going forward, I just want to say if there are any new videos uploaded to this channel, I think I'm going to pivot to different types of videos about different things. So if you see less keyboard content being posted here, that is why. Some of my big inspirations are like Nakey Jakey and like Internet Pit Stop, and I think videos about broader topics are going to be more fun and creatively inspiring for me to make. So see any new videos, they're probably not going to be keyboard related, so unsubscribe if you like or stick around. But whatever you do, thank you for watching and don't be a stranger.